So I thought this was a very interesting story out of the NBA. Kyle Kuzma's trainer, all right? This is Kyle Kuzma's trainer. He was apparently watching the film from the Lakers and Clippers Christmas Day matchup, and he had some very clear, concise thoughts on the matchup of LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard specifically. So I'm going to go pull up some posts from Kyle Kuzma's, again, this is his trainer, goes by the name of Kilasha, I don't know, whatever the name is. But anywho, this is what he said. He said, I turned on the film yesterday and somebody was dodging the smoke and it wasn't Kawhi Leonard. I was watching Kawhi Leonard highlights. Nobody wants to speak on how sharp his skill set is compared to LeBron's. It's clear who really in the lab and who isn't. Let me hear the excuses. I'm on vacation, but I got nothing but time. He also went on to post this graphic that showed Kawhi's numbers compared to LeBron's numbers in the 2 games that the two have faced off each other when it's clear as day Kawhi's been the better player. And on Twitter, Kyle Kuzma seemingly, we cannot confirm this, but it looks like he doubled down on his trainer's comments by posting, let's call a spade. Looks like he was going at his teammate, LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers. Let me tell y'all what I've been thinking all year. I've been telling y'all I don't believe Kyle Kuzma is the most focused version of himself. I believe he's very upset for a couple of reasons. LeBron has came into LA and ruined what the Lakers were growing between Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Kyle Kuzma. That little group, they were very close-knit. Josh Hart as well. So obviously, Kyle Kuzma feels out of place now. The team is pretty much LeBron invested, right? LeBron, he is a Danny Green guy. Obviously, you go get Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis doesn't really kick it with Kyle Kuzma like that. Anthony Davis got a couple guys like Rondo and DeMarcus Cousins that he's really tight with. I don't believe Rondo and LeBron are that tight. So just put all that into perspective for Kyle Kuzma. He's becoming famous, and now it seems like he no longer enjoys playing in Los Angeles. Now, let me be clear to Kyle Kuzma. Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and Josh Hart were not consistent enough to stay in LA. Brandon Ingram is going to be really good, but he wasn't doing that in LA. Lonzo Ball might not be in the league in a couple years. So Kyle Kuzma, I know you're upset that you lost a couple of your friends, but they weren't doing it night in, night out. When you get LeBron on your roster, it's championship or bust. You know that. And those guys ain't in championship mode. I don't think anything's wrong with B.I., but he's not in championship mode right now. He's still growing, finding his game out. Kyle Kuzma ain't in championship mode either. He's been pretty much average at best. He's not dialed in. And if the Lakers are going to make a move, because I don't believe they'll do much to tweak that roster, I believe the guy outside looking in, and I've been saying this a lot, way before Kyle Kuzma seemingly his diss to LeBron James after the Christmas Day matchup with the Clippers. He don't look dialed in. Missing a lot of games. He's really struggling to find his role with that team. What Frank Vogel and that Lakers coaching staff they're doing with Kyle Kuzma, they're taking LeBron out with about 2 to 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. They're letting Kuzma get some run with Anthony Davis for the end of the first quarter and a couple minutes into the second. They're bringing Bron back a few minutes into the second, early in the second quarter. Then, at that point, Kuzma's getting some action with Bron. And then at the end of the quarter, Kuzma's on the bench. And then they do the same thing essentially for the third and fourth quarter. So essentially what's happening is Kyle Kuzma's getting a little run with AD, a little run with Bron, and if he's really hot, he'll close the game out. But that's been unlikely. The Lakers have went with guys like Rondo, Bradley, Caruso down the stretch, Dwight Howard down the stretch has gotten a lot of clock. Not much for Kyle Kuzma with just the dynamic of that Lakers team. Remember, Anthony Davis doesn't necessarily love playing the center position, which kind of knocks Kyle Kuzma out of that starting lineup at the end of games, especially when they're rolling with another ball handler in Alex Caruso or Rondo in there with LeBron James and company. And you got to have shooting, so that means you got to have Avery Bradley or Danny Green on the court. So again, the guy that's out is obviously Kyle Kuzma, and it doesn't seem like he's happy. I don't think he'd be against a trade right now. He probably loves that Los Angeles lifestyle. He just doesn't like playing with LeBron. But he knows LeBron, if the Lakers win a championship this year, LeBron's going to finish his career out in L.A., and it's probably going to happen regardless. I don't believe Anthony Davis will be in. I'm the only one out here on the limb saying this. I don't believe Anthony Davis is re-signing with my Lakers. I'm a Laker fan, and I don't believe it. I don't believe guys love playing with LeBron James. And I want to say this. You know, LeBron has opted to be the cool guy in the room. Right? I'm not the cool guy. So I can speak from this perspective. I've never been the cool guy in my life. People say I'm cool now, whatever. But growing up, I was never cool, so I always could sit back and watch the cool guys kind of work a room. And in LeBron's case, his entire career, he's been cool, hip, socially active, great for the game. He's gotten guys a lot of money. A lot of these dudes don't deserve the money that they're getting paid, but because guys like LeBron has been carrying the league on his shoulders for about over a decade now, he's the guy that you can call. You can get in contact with LeBron. Kobe, not as much. Kobe's selective with the guys that he works out with in the offseason. Kobe, he kind of he went at the beat of his own drum, similar to Michael Jordan, right? These are different dudes. Kobe, Mike, Allen Iverson, and Allen Iverson was much different from like a Kobe or Jordan, but again, went at the beat of their own drums. Shaq, another one of these guys, super cool, went at the beat of his own drums. Shaq and AI were much more similar, and then obviously Kobe and Jordan were much similar in their personalities and the way they conducted themselves. Kobe and Jordan handled themselves as the ultimate professionals. Shaq and AI were the far right. They were got all the street cred in the world with the hip hop community. They had it all. LeBron somewhere in the middle of that kind of, right? Like he's in this weird area where he has all the respect from his peers. He has all the respect from everyone, really. And it's kind of created this perfect cool guy for the league. And when you create this perfect cool guy, the downside of that is they don't treat you like they would treat Mike or Kobe. Like certain things guys wouldn't say about Mike. Do you think Kobe Bryant's general manager would have ever came out and made some of the remarks? Mitch Kupchak, do you think he would ever come out and make some of the remarks that LeBron's former GM David Griffin said? Do you think Kobe's former owner, rest in peace to Mr. Buzz, Dr. Buzz, do you think he would have came out and made some of the comments about Kobe Bryant like Dan Gilbert made when LeBron decided to leave Cleveland? Do you think some of the players, look at how some of LeBron's peers talk about LeBron, right? You got a lot of guys that respect him, but there are a lot of guys out there that just don't think he's the greatest. Most of my generation, I'm 25, most of my generation looks at Kobe Bryant as their GOAT. That's who they're looking for. That's their ultimate guy. They got respect for Bron, but they don't love him like they do Mike or Kobe. Because people think Mike, they were infatuated with the game of basketball. I don't believe guys think LeBron's still sharpening his skills. They believe he's just athletically dominated. And I think this is something that LeBron has to look out for. You've been the cool guy for so long. Guys look at you funny. LeBron's been the guy that he'll move. Player mobility guy. If he doesn't like what's going on with the team, bye. Bye, Felicia. Go give me a couple stars. Kobe wasn't that guy. I'm staying in Los Angeles. He wanted to trade out one time in his career. After that, he stuck through it thick and thin. Right? It wasn't the smartest move, but dudes around the league respected it. Right? So, like, Kobe wasn't trying to come into your party. Kobe wasn't trying to listen to your music on social media. It's just, again, he's trying to be the ultimate cool guy, which is going to work for your brand. It's going to have you cool with all the rappers, the entertainers. But from a basketball standpoint, it doesn't necessarily make for the best NBA player. And I think that's what's happening to LeBron. Even his own teammate Kuzma throwing a shot at him mid-season. Do you think Nick Young, Swaggy P would have did that to Kobe Bryant? I'm telling you, man. Rajon Rondo a couple weeks ago just flat-foot said Anthony Davis is the Lakers MVP. That's disrespectful when your teammate is leading the league in assists, averaging over 24 points a game. Anthony Davis not leading the league in rebounds. You got a teammate averaging a double-double, one of the greatest ever, and you're talking about somebody else winning MVP. Man, I'm telling you, man, there's some bad blood in that Lakers locker room. And it might end up with Kyle Kuzma getting traded. I believe he'll get traded. You into sports, we got you. NFL news, I got you. NBA news, NBA highlights, NBA full coverage, feature stories, all that great stuff, I got you. We even got a little bit of Madden and 2K mixed in. Subscribe to this platform, and I got you. More quality content on the way. Subscribe.